What's up, y'all? It's just Rhonda. Welcome to my channel. Since you're here, if you don't mind, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe, because you want to, come back over here and talk about things. Hit the like button, subscribe. If you want to be notified, go ahead and hit that notification bell button as well. Then you'll know, we over here talking. Today we talking about my timeline. And I'm guessing that y'all's timeline is not looking too much different than my timeline. So, I had a few things to say about it. First, on the timeline talk, Trump. He been over here handing out pardons to people. He handed out pardons to the Chrisleys. I don't know if you're familiar with the Chrisleys. I used to watch the Chrisleys back in the day. They was over here being fake and fraud and, tax evasion and all those types of things that people like Trump who be moving their money around, to get access to things. So they got access to properties and things, and they were living this wealthy life over here somewhere in Georgia with their family until they got busted. So their daughter Savannah went down to the Republican convention and, she pled her case, asked them people to let her parents out of jail. And I mean, Savannah, she gives a little Ivanka Marlo Maples or whatever, she seems like his type. So I'm sure he was listening to whatever it is she was saying. And so now, months later, here we are, and her parents have found themselves a pardon. No surprise there. Then he started handing out the Black people pardons. Young NBA or whatever his name is, I don't know. It's a rapper who did something, who got locked up for it, and now he has a pardon. This type of thing works for Trump because when it's time for election and you get, like your Ray J's and, these types of people, he might be pardoning Puff. Puff probably got something over there, in one of those files on Donald Trump. So now I'm feeling like whatever happens over here at this trial, Trump might just come and, let the man back out again. But child, we don't know. Hopefully his state or however it works will get him. I don't even want to get into Puff. I'm just saying, Trump is handing things out, and it seems like the only people that he's letting out within our community are the ones who, really ain't serving us. I don't know what the Chrisleys were doing over there for the white community, but I don't know that we asked for any of these pardons from these people. Who did he talk to? Rick Ross? Big Meech? Larry Hoover? Big Meech was in both places that I used to live. He's from the D, you know what I'm saying? He was in Atlanta. So at no point in my life have I ever run across Big Meech. I didn't really know the Big Meech story until 50 brought it over here for us to see BMF. No, I enjoyed some BMF. Anyway, Meech didn't get pardoned, but Larry Hoover did. Now, I don't know nothing about Larry Hoover either, but Chance do.
I just gotta say, I am glad that Larry Hoover's home. And I gotta remind y'all that he was a political prisoner that was set up by the federal government, that he created the what was it, Chicago votes. He did so many things to really mobilize our people, and 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 he was really targeted for that shit. And so before niggas get to cooning or doing whatever they finna do with this information, I just want to say I'm so glad that he's home, and God bless his family, and yeah, thank God.
So upon the little research that I had to do on my own, because like I said, I didn't know, and I still don't know a whole lot. I don't feel like I'm probably going to spend a whole lot of time even, beyond this, I'll be done talking about it, more than likely. Anyway, Larry Hoover was arrested in 1973. Now, Chance, I'm going to go ahead and take a chance and say you were not born in 1973. So I don't know, whatever it was that Larry Hoover was doing for the community of Chicago, because I was definitely born in 1973. So, I mean, dang, I was a child in 73. So this man was already doing whatever if he was doing over there. You say it's a political prisoner, maybe, because like I said, I don't know. What I do know, though, Chance, is he's not at home with his family. The man still owes the state of Chicago 150 to 200 years of time to serve. So it seems like Donald Trump came over here and did nothing but attach his name to the streets. And y'all like just another pardon out there. Does the pardon actually, is it wasted? Is the pardon wasted if you still got to be in jail for 150 to 200 years? So Chance, I don't know. I feel like since you came over here and, congratulated the man for being home before you took it to the internet, only to talk about, him being a political prisoner, it makes me feel like I definitely can't take anything you say at face value. I'm gonna have to always go back and double check. And I guess you should do that like anyway, but don't come over here woke, but not so woke that you don't know that the man is still incarcerated. Speaking of incarceration, some people don't have to go to jail. So Bravo has a new show coming out. I talked about it a little bit before. It's with these kids of our reality show fame. Candy's daughter is a part of it. Teresa Judice or Judici or Judici or however you say her name. Teresa, that be tossing tables over there down to the Real House of New Jersey. Her daughter is a part of it. And you got Kim, what's her name? Kim Zolciak. Kim Zolciak, Ariana. She's also a part of the show. Well, but right before the show gets kicked off over here, she got sentenced yesterday, the day before. Just recently, she was sentenced from a DUI that she had been charged with back in 2022. Now, according to Us Weekly, Kim Zolciak's daughter, Ariana Biermann, has been sentenced after her 2022 arrest for driving under the influence. Per court documents obtained by Us Weekly on Wednesday, May 28th, a hearing was held earlier this week in Ariana's criminal case. Ariana, 23, denied that she had been drinking before she drove, but admitted to smoking a THC vape the night before. The night before, girl, I want you to stop. It was In Touch to first report the news. In the plea deal, Ariana, 23, pleaded guilty to reckless driving and possession and the use of drug-related objects. Drug-related objects, shall. Other charges, including a DUI, were dropped by prosecutors. So they dropped all the daggone charges against the girl. Ariana was served 24 months of probation, but the court noted that any violation of her probation could result in serving jail time. The order also stated that Ariana would receive a request from a probation officer or official from time to time to provide a breath, saliva, urine, or blood specimen for analysis. I mean, I guess, child. Ariana was ordered to pay over $2,000 in fines, perform 40 hours of community service, eliminate alcohol, beverage, or drug unless prescribed, and complete an evaluation for substance abuse and a victim impact program. If Ariana completes all requirements and pays all fines, the court noted that the probation could end early. Well, I mean, here's the thing. She got to be drug tested. I guess there's ways around it. I've watched people skirt around the drug test and, gamble that one. She's a young girl and she messed up. Was she under the influence? She wasn't under influence of no weed that she smoked the night before. Like, please stop playing. But I mean, the marijuana don't go out your system, so you could cop to it because you smoke. It's California, it's in New York. Is weed legal in New York? It's not here in Florida, so I don't really be knowing what states are okay with it and what states are not. I think you can get you a medical here. But other than that, everybody can't just be firing it up all around the places. Anyway, I feel two ways about it. I feel like these kids usually don't really get reprimanded in a way that they probably should. She had an accident, I believe. Nobody was hurt. I'm not trying to downplay drunk driving, but I think, I'm not understanding what the dropping of the charges is, but of 2 years of her being on probation, and 2 years of being on probation for her to have to toe the line, I feel like is a punishment, that she deserves. It comes out right before this show is going to drop. So I don't know if we're going to talk about it. It happened in 2022. So at some point, I guess it should come up in this show. Ariana, if this was going on while you were filming, I hope it's discussed because you guys are the next generation. We tired of your mamas over here on the Housewives show going on lunches and vacations with each other, and we're just tired of them. So if y'all are going to be the new and up and coming, I hope you come over here to this show, and I hope that was part of the conversation. She's a young girl. I don't really feel like people should be being punished to an extent that goes beyond, the punishment should fit the crime. That's what I feel like. I feel like her punishment fits her crime. All the dropping of the charges and all of the finagling of whatever it is that had happened over there, it is what it is, but at least this girl has to serve. Does she should go to jail? I don't feel like she needed to go to jail. I feel like she needed to learn a lesson. In 2022, like that was 3 years ago. So has she grown up since then? I hope so. I don't know that she's gone through any, like she just got sentenced. So now, girl, we might not see you having no cocktails over here on this show. Let this be the last time, because if there's another time, that follows this and she doesn't know how to be more responsible at this day and age, if you're going to go out partying, just order a car. Anybody can do it. Y'all can do it together. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be belligerent, then stay your ass at home. Or you'll find yourself in this type of situation.
You don't want to hear the truth, don't ask the questions. Excuse me?
Yeah, that's what I said. I need to call my husband, okay?
We're going to determine what's going to happen here.
Yeah, I know. Let's
and
do whatever.
Either they're going to press charges
oh
or they're not.
Oh my God, hurry up and get
if
it over with.
And if they press charges,
can you get it
you
over
can call
with?
him from the jail, and if they don't press charges, you can call him.
Okay, can you hurry up and get it over with?
Hi, Todd, what you got? 36 Bravo?
Yeah.
Okay. Press charges?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll make sure they're double locked. Perfect. You want to toss her in? Yeah. There you go. Go with Officer Stevens, and I'll grab your belongings.
I won't say nothing. I'll shut up. I won't say nothing. I promise. I'll shut up. I won't say nothing. I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know.
Have y'all ever heard of Miss Shirley? Miss Shirley been blowing up my timeline, child.
A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P. Hold up, I don't want to say like this time. We gonna say it to Miss Shirley way. It's Miss Shirley. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P. Q R S T U V W X Y and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Come on, everybody say with me. Yeah, look. Come say with me. Yeah, look. Come say with me.
Miss Shirley is as cute as she want to be. Now, I saw Miss Shirley first dancing across my timeline with her cute self, and it was just a little cowboy boots and a little dancing, and I would always have to stop and be entertained by Miss Shirley. Then all of a sudden the conversation changed and the people was mad, and out of nowhere they was all up on their moral high horse posting TikTok videos about their disapproval of Miss Shirley's mother and the way she's handling her parenting. They were not approving of Miss Shirley's performances. Now, listen, I've only seen her doing a little line dancing on TikTok. I hadn't seen anything that made me all up in arms. Apparently, Miss Shirley's mama has allowed her to do some appearances at bars. There's photos being taken. It's a problem. I would say that. From my perspective, though, all of the scuttlebutt that I've been hearing in the last couple of days has really been, to me, fake concern for Miss Shirley and just, a whole bunch of people all up on their moral high horse as if, because I can't say nothing really to Miss Shirley's mama, because I don't know what's going on over there. I didn't see any of the things they seen, so I can't speak on that. I do think it's inappropriate for Miss Shirley to be taking pictures with grown ass men. I think that's creepy. There's a lot of weirdos out there, including the ones that have come over here on their moral high horse to speak on behalf of Miss Shirley. Let's go over here to TikTok, see what they're talking about. So this guy here, I'm gonna just let you hear what he has to say.
Look, I usually don't do this, but yes, I am. I'm back again. Yes, this is the fourth part. My name is Chemo, and I do motivational content, but today is not about motivation. It's about protection. This little girl named Lariah is a child, an innocent soul. What I'm seeing online is not right. It's not just wrong, it's sick. And I'm done being quiet about it. I mean, I was never quiet about it. Let me say this loud and clear. The internet failed this little girl, and the mother failed this little girl. First off, Miss Shirley, the name alone, was made to sexualize her and normalize exploitation. From the very first video that I saw, I knew something was wrong. And you know damn well it didn't look right. But you still watched and still supported. If it made your stomach turn, then it was not right. And if it didn't, I'm watching you. This girl has been dragged in bars, nightclubs, and adult spaces, picked up by grown men and paraded for view. And y'all gonna keep telling me to leave it alone, but I'm not. You don't get to put a child online, expose her to the world, and then tell the world to mind their damn business. That little girl looks uncomfortable. You can see it in her face. And her mother's on live, cursing, breaking down, right in front of her. And that's not parents. That's because of the exposure. That's negligence. The whole world is surprised that somebody called CPS on this little girl. That was a warning shot. That one person had enough backbone to do it, to say this is not safe. And I support that 100%. It's better than sitting in them comments typing for clout. What do you expect? You sexualize a child, have her perform in a grown-up environment, then play victim when people speak up. I got a question. Let me ask you this. What kind of grown adult walks into a club, sees a little girl, and doesn't say anything? What the hell is going on here? And to the people that say, well, it's other kids doing it too. You the problem too. See, that logic is how abuse get normalized. Just because it's common does not mean it's right. This is not fame. This is grooming. Social media is not just blowing up this girl because they admire her, but because the generation has no boundary, no standard, and no shame. Y'all are not building a star. Y'all are feeding a machine that chews up these little kids and spits them out broken. Honestly, I do believe CPS being called made a difference. All the people that was saying, do something, is the same people that was bashing that man for calling. Y'all don't want real action. Y'all want engagement. Y'all want the negativity. Y'all don't really care. When I watched that live video, the first thing I thought, why are you protecting your platform? Protect your child. She said the hate is making her child famous. Are you serious? This is my final call for action. To the mother, protect your kid in any way possible. Think about what this is doing to her mental and the trauma that she might be going through because of this. Not even because of stuff that you're doing, because we already addressed that, but this world where they normalize every single thing that should not be normalized. If you had a shadow of a doubt that this might not go right for your daughter, do something about it. Change the narrative before it's too late. You need to convert that girl's following to children, to kids, because she's an inspiration to other kids, but it might be the right or the wrong inspiration. Shelter her from social media. You control what gets posted. You control the narrative. That's why social media is in the uproar. Protect your kid if it's the last thing that you do, because the same people that put you up is going to be the same people that break you down. You got a choice to make a difference. And if nobody told you, remember Chemo told you.
Well, I think there's some validity in what he has to say. But my question is, Kino, whatever your name is, I don't know you. I don't know how much following you actually have on TikTok, and I'm not really interested in going to look. But what I do know is, did you reach out to this lady's mother in the same way, with that positivity that you had at the end of your video? At the beginning, like, I don't know if I'm going to come to you and listen to anything you have to say. If you're judging my parenting and telling me like all these horrible things, I don't know. I have heard, I haven't seen. But, if this is how you feel, maybe you should help guide this lady. All of that advice, gearing her audience towards children and all of that, I think that's great advice. But I think you can come in love and it goes much further. But the criticism, the horrible things, like maybe you're speaking to someone who doesn't know any better. You know what I mean? As far as calling CPS, y'all can get off of that with me. Especially when you're talking about somebody, like I said, who you don't actually know. So, how was she raised? Where is she coming from? I don't know. I don't have no judgment of this lady. I haven't even gone to look and see any further than really what I've been seeing here because, like I said, him saying like watching it and there's a problem. I did watch it. And she's a cute little girl dancing. It makes me smile. Any of that other stuff, calling her Miss Shirley is sexualizing. I think that's a reach. I think that's a weird way of thinking. Like she told the story, and I play it later on Jennifer Hudson's show. Like, y'all be so caught up in being woke. It seems like you have a channel that's based on you being a motivational speaker. The first part of your speech was definitely not motivation. It was tearing down. Have you talked about that? Have you talked about the tearing down of Black women? Young man, have you discussed that on your page? I don't know, because I didn't see you till you came over here to speak on behalf of this little girl. She looks miserable. You saw all that? Because that ain't what I saw. And not on the internet. I'm not saying that this lady hasn't made some wrong decisions, but maybe it comes from not knowing. Y'all out here talking about how you being so uplifting. Well, then uplift Miss Shirley's mama. And as a village, carry her. You on your platform looking for clicks and views. So you're not above that. You're not above not talking about Miss Shirley. So let's get into this dude that actually called CPS.
Question. File CPS on Miss Shirley mama. Guilty. I didn't know her mama was gonna get on live crashing out afterwards. And quite frankly, I don't give a damn. On my mama, I ain't never had this many people mad at me at one time in my life. I'm not even gonna lie, I was already scared for the little girl while she was doing boots on the ground, goddammit. But then I saw that little Johnny Gill put on your red dress and your high heel videos, and nah, man, I picked up my phone immediately. It's one thing about us talking about this shit every day, but I feel like somebody had to take action. I mean, it ain't really that bad either. If CPS find out it ain't no case, they gonna drop the case. But if they find that it is a case, then maybe I did do the right thing. One day Miss Shirley gonna find this video and she gonna thank me one day. She had that little girl putting her boots on the ground, goddamn, and I put my foot down. And don't judge me either, man. I was just looking out. Shit, if anything were to happen to that little girl and all of us grown-ups was just sitting there watching and didn't say shit, goddamn it.
He put his foot down, child. I mean, first of all, who is he? Can we do that? Can we look into find out who this man is laying on the couch, apparently with two black eyes, some crusty ass lips, looks like he got a blunt on the table? I don't know. I'm just speculating, the same as he is. I would love for y'all to go into his home and dig around and find out what his relationship with his kids, if he got any. And if he got some, I wonder how he would feel if CPS came and snatched him out, because according to him, it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad for CPS to come snatch your children out and do an investigation within your home. I wish you go through that. I hope you find out exactly what it's like, since you felt like, based on something you've seen on the internet. Where do you even live? Don't sound like you come from nowhere close to where they live at. I think you're a weirdo, bruh. I think you're a weirdo over here paying far too close attention to Miss Shirley. This other guy has an agenda, a platform, or whatever, and you can say the same thing about me. I have a platform, so I'm going to talk about it because seems like I'm an unpopular opinion. I took ballet classes. This other guy, Kino, Wino, whatever his name is, the first guy, he's talking about, grooming. And I took ballet, tap dance as a kid. All of our costumes were pretty much what Miss Shirley be wearing. Miss Shirley is got some little hips and some little thighs, and I feel like y'all nasty niggas is sexualizing that. Can you say that word? Sexualizing. It's unfortunate because this lady is over here this viral sensation thing that is something that's available to us. We post our stuff on different platforms, some of us. You never know what's going to be that moment. You never know what's going to be that viral moment that takes you from where you're at and shooting you up in the stars. I have a grandson, and to me, he's the most precious thing and ever. Every person thinks that about their child. It's not always about exploitation. This lady went viral and all of these opportunities just popped up. She's damn sure not the only mother somewhere trying to take advantage of a opportunity with her cute little child. It's everywhere. If Miss Shirley gets to a point she don't want to do it, then but them saying like she's being coached into it. Yeah, that's what happens when you put your child in dance class or in football or in ballet class or in baseball team. They begin to be coached. If Shirley's mama need anything, she needs somebody to help her, with imaging, because the imaging, Miss Shirley's mama is a little suspect. And him saying he didn't know, I didn't know Miss Shirley's mama was gonna crash out. Who wouldn't crash out? That's a crash out. That is a crash out, to have to open your doors and let people come look into your life. And all them people with their fingers pointing to Miss Shirley, I know all y'all's house ain't clean. Not all the way clean, not perfect, but y'all are perfect. I feel like when you grow up a certain type of way and you look a certain type of way, people judge you for maybe not being exposed to what we as people call polished. Is Miss Shirley's mama polished? Mm-mm. She too grown. I think a lot of times when babies are a little bit sassy, we encourage that sassiness because it's cute. You know what I mean? Like a whole lot of mothers, like everything that she's doing, like I seen before, the little kids, you have a cookout or a family, get together, and the little baby dancing to the latest little song. And the latest little song is probably a little raunchy, and she doing a little raunchy dance. And everybody laughing and pointing and just look at her. You know what I'm saying? Little boys, I see a whole lot of little boys on the internet grinding around, but I don't see anybody calling CPS on their families. I guess this one is irritating to me because it's not just a little thing. Calling CPS on somebody's child, on somebody, that you have deemed that has been in harm's way. And I guarantee you, neither one of these guys was in a whole. Most of the people on the internet that's got so much to say haven't been anywhere to see Miss Shirley perform anything. They all going based on what they clicked on TikTok. I remember when Gary Coleman became very popular for that sassiness, and well, not sassy like how they be saying sassy today. But Gary Coleman came in with a little attitude and talking back, and that kind of was an onset for how children behaved on television. And so instead of the really pleasant little kid, big-eyed, wide-eyed, and innocent little kid, it went to switched over to this little smart talking little kid. All of them, the black ones and the white ones. There was an era in the 80s where all the little kids were sassy little smart talking little things. And that was the humor. There's a lot of dancing babies on TikTok. Not all of them have become a viral sensation. I feel like it's not ever happened to me, so I can't speak to it. But I know Miss Shirley's mama was in one place. Now her baby is a viral sensation, and opportunities are coming from here and there. When you don't know, you don't know. So whatever she's booking this little girl for, like I said, might be a problem. Maybe now this is her learning lesson. Hopefully, she probably feels like, I'm here, don't worry about it. Like, some things people got to learn based on their experiences and their environments. I don't know what this man needs to learn laying on somebody's couch with two black eyes talking about he had to put his foot down in somebody else's household based on people you don't even know. She got on the internet cussing in front of her child. Please don't do that. Please don't act like all of y'all on your moral, soapboxes Please don't do that and act like your kids don't hear cuss words. That we're not doing that. And you know what? If CPS gets called on you, you probably gonna use a couple few cuss words. So, stop it. Speaking of cuss words, I saw this on the internet. Y'all out here calling CPS and things.
Y'all, look at my son in the backseat. Shut your bitch ass up. You ain't getting no upgrade. Y'all, look at my son in the backseat. Shut your bitch ass up. You ain't getting no upgrade.
This lady needs to be stopped. I thought that, seems like to me, that was a skit that this lady worked very hard on to teach her son how to say that in order to, go viral. She's looking for a viral moment amongst her people, over there on Zeus or what have you, there's a whole sector of TikTok that's just full on ignorance. Miss Shirley's mama, you need to watch that documentary. What was it called? Quiet on the Set. You need to watch Quiet on the Set, and then you will see exactly how nasty, the entertainment business can be, and how much you really, really, really need to be there to protect your children. So many bad things happen, and so many good things can happen. You just need to know how to navigate your way through it. So now she's got this opportunity that has, put forth in front of her. Her baby's only 4 years old. There's a small window. She's only going to be this cute little Miss Shirley for a small, the window is short. Does she not take the opportunity? Does she say, oh no, the high horse people are going to come after me if I, they'll say I'm exploiting my daughter. Like I said before, everybody thinks their child is the bee's knees, and they want to put them on the platform so the whole world can see it. It's not safe, not always. So you do have to protect your children, but you don't have to turn down opportunities. I don't know what I would have done. I'm not Miss Shirley's mama. I've never been offered that opportunity. I think the first step would definitely be to get help navigating through, whatever that is over there in Hollywood, because, it's ugly. I'm going to say this. I don't think anyone from the internet should be able to just call CPS on someone. If you don't physically know these people or haven't seen these people, then not in real life, then CPS should not even entertain those types of things. Not necessarily. Maybe put it in a category, but, I don't know what Miss Shirley's village looks like. I don't know whether you grandparents, aunts, uncles, best friends, extended family. I have no idea what her village looks like. I know her uncle is a country singer and is part of the reason why she blew up. Uncle Mike. Uncle Mike came over there making a country song, and he put Miss Shirley in the video because she picked up on it. So clearly Miss Shirley is very good at learning choreography at such a young age. And then, she blew up, and then so on and so on and so on. I think Uncle Mike, hit a lick from having Miss Shirley be a part of his video. And if he wants to grow his country music career or whatever music he's singing, he should do that without Miss Shirley. They should now be two separate things. It was good for that. And now everything, Uncle Mike, we're not taking Miss Shirley on tour with you to come do the boots on the ground. However, if you come to town where Miss Shirley lives, I don't know where this little girl lives. Seems like somewhere in Texas or something where there's horseback riding and things. But if Miss Shirley performs at the annual fair, it might be cute to have you come, perform with Uncle Mike. There's, a time and a place for everything, Miss Shirley's mama and Uncle Mike. But like I said, we don't know who her village is. And so it's, the audacity of us out here on the internet determining this lady's life based on little small things that you've seen and missteps. I'm not saying she's right, but y'all don't never come in love though, do you? It's really scary for me to think that someone who doesn't have the same traditional values as me can sit in their house and decide that how I'm raising my children is inappropriate and call CPS from the internet. and say, hey, I was watching her TikTok and it didn't seem right. The dishes weren't washed. Maybe somebody should go check on those children. Now you're opening the door for CPS to come snatch Black children out of their homes because Miss Karen over here on the internet decided she didn't like something I said. So she gonna call CPS. There's too much going on for Tyrone over here to be laid up on his couch, talking shit from his iPhone. Y'all, find out his life, please. Let's do a little investigation together. See if we can find out, generally, I think those reports, I think they're anonymous, but he's not anonymous. He's over here like, hey, here, it's me. I'm the one that did it. I'm the one that called CPS on Miss Shirley, who I don't know and have never really seen in real life. I'm just sitting here, smoking blunts going, wow, I'm going to do it. I can't speak on Miss Shirley's parenting because I've only seen what I've seen on the internet. And for me, it hasn't been such a big investment until today, where I, decided I wanted to come talk about it. If y'all weren't over here, calling CPS on Miss Shirley and her mama, then I probably would have just keep watching her, line dance with her cute little cowboy boots on. The judgment of this lady so far, from what I can see, has been based on a lot of speculation and personal opinions based on what people have seen on the internet. Now, none of these people know Miss Shirley or her mama. Miss Shirley's star quality did land her an appearance on Jennifer Hudson's show. Let's check that out.
Shirley, how did you get that name?
Because I just called me that name.
Oh, you called you that name. So nobody gave it to you?
No.
No? Mom, where'd she get the name from? When she was a baby, we was getting ready to get in the car one day, and she gave me attitude. She was crying. I was like, now, we're not going to act like this today, Miss Shirley. That's you as a baby?
Yes.
Yes?
You need to go to the store and get you one of them big bags that say Miss Shirley on it.
It's a Saint Miss Shirley. I think you're right.
It's so nice to meet you.
Thank you. Oh, you gonna show us how to line dance?
Oh my God, I cannot. Miss Shirley's so freaking cute. Listen, Jennifer Hudson, Niecy Nash, reach out to this lady, point her in a direction where she could get, some guidance, some guidance from good people. You know what I'm saying? I feel like over the years, we have seen little kids sit on Steve Harvey's couch, on Ellen DeGeneres' couch, now over here on Jennifer Hudson's couch. I don't know that any of them continued on to have a career in show business. I don't know if that's going to be the future for Miss Shirley. Not if y'all have anything to do with it. Seems like. I was over here on TikTok, obviously. And I'm like, so what? Miss Shirley's not the only one. There's other kids over here, obviously, on TikTok. Maybe they don't have the same star quality as Miss Shirley, but, they're over there all the same. I'm not going to play the music, but this thing. I can have my Gucci on. I can wear Louis Vuitton. That's the song they danced to. But, I mean, this little girl, is she being too provocative? Are her moves too salacious? Is this mother pimping out her daughter? I heard somebody say that this lady was pimping out her daughter. That was a whole lot. What are the people saying? Very adorable. She definitely looks like both of her parents. Beautiful girl. Oh, a whole bunch of smiles, and she's an adorable and she's rocking it. Nobody over here trying to call CPS on this lady. Now, I don't know what kind of bookings that this lady has done for has done for her daughter, or if she's done any bookings at all. But here she is on the internet swaying her hips with her belly button out, child. This one say, all the Pretty girls walk like this, 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 this. Hey, pretty girls walk like this. I tell you what, she killing it. All the pretty girls walk like this, 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 this. Get it, girl. She is killing it. I don't see no skin. She gyrating them little hips, that little girl is, and killing it. What do the people say? How cute is whatever her name is, and how amazing is her hair? It's some amazing hair now. I'm gonna give her that too. This one got star quality, and probably will be offered lots of opportunities based on what her and her mama look like. Wow, pretty, just like her mama. Like all of these, comments over here are positive, and you know not the same for Miss Right here, this is where it starts. You get a cute little thing standing on the table. Look what she want to do. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I can't take it. I don't know what be on y'all's mind when you be actualizing these children. I don't know why Miss Shirley and her dancing has y'all so much more in a tizzy than you do these other children. Miss Shirley's mama, I'm not judging your parenting because I don't know you. I'm not mad at you for letting this beautiful child be on stage and do whatever it is she does that seems to come so very naturally to her. Get your daughter some dance lessons, like some real dance lessons. All that little hip hop she got going on, all little kids are doing it. So, like this man said, if I'm one of the people that say all the kids are doing it, then I'm part of the problem. Well, I don't know that man, and I don't care what he thinks. I think you should get your daughter some dance lessons. I think be more cognizant of the gigs that you're booking your daughter on. Maybe look into some management from somebody who knows, and also have somebody around who you can trust. Like I said, hopefully, reach out to Miss Jennifer Hudson. Send her an email. See if she can give you some type of guidance. And I don't mean be your mentor, but I mean send you a name of somebody that maybe can help you along this journey. Everybody's saying she's being coached. Get her a coach. Get her a real coach. Get both of you guys a coach that's going to help you build your brand, because that's not something that's easy. There's 199 billion people on this internet building a brand. You know what I'm saying? So get somebody to help you build yours. This right here, Miss Shirley's mama, is a moment. Do something with that money that this baby is making right now. Set her up for success, and don't be buying a bunch of Gucci bags and other designer things. Buy yourself something nice, though. I feel like, you should not feel like because your child is making this money that you should not be, compensated for your hard work. Just don't take advantage. Yes, if you and Miss Shirley have a booking, then you and Miss Shirley should go shopping together. Stay out the Gucci store. Don't be ridiculous. When I die, bury me inside the Gucci store. Yeah, don't do that. Don't follow that brand. But definitely, spend your money where it needs to be spent so you can set your daughter up for success. Miss Shirley is special. I feel like as long as she wants to perform, let her perform. If you get her dance lessons now, think about what, opportunities she will, maybe able to get when she's 10, 11, 12. When they're children, I think there's beats of this, and maybe there's more time that should be spent doing different things. Expanding her horizons, Miss Shirley's mama, is definitely not something that should be looked at as a bad thing. These people on the internet do not know you. Listen to the people that care about you for real, for real. Not these woke niggas that want to walk around with kids in everybody's household trying to tell you what you should be doing with yours and ain't seen theirs. And that goes for Mr. Woke and Mr. Not Woke. For all you people on your morality, high horse, I'm sure you're perfect and you've never made a mistake and you've never made bad decisions ever. So keep doing what you're doing. I suppose you're proud of yourself. The best of luck to Miss Shirley. I think this little girl is superstar and has brought many smiles to me in my day. So yeah, good luck to you, Miss Shirley, and Miss Shirley's mama. It's Thursday. Yeah. What am I doing tomorrow? Tomorrow, you can catch me on another Rounds channel. I'll put the link in the description box. We're going to be discussing these folks over at the Never Ever Miss. Until then, y'all like the video, subscribe, for sure subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, y'all.